Alrighty, we are doing ink transfer drawings. My name is Mark Zimmerman. And what I'm doing is rolling a very thin layer of ink out on a sheet of plexiglass. The plexiglass we call a plate. I'm going to drop some paper on top of that plate. And then I'm going to draw and rub on the back of that paper and transfer the ink to the front. It's kind of a roundabout way of drawing. But you get some interesting and somewhat unpredictable results, which are kind of fun. And I'm looking at a photograph just for reference. I'll drag it into your frame here. It's Butte. Before I do that, I need to know where that ink is underneath there. The ink is inside a rectangle of tape, and I can feel that tape. Yep. And drag my pen along the edge of that tape. Maybe. Try it from the other end. There we go. Okay. Good. So I think I want a little more to my drawing than just the bare Butte in the middle of nowhere, which of course is where bare Butte is. Which of course is one of my favorite places, which is why we're drawing it. So the marks that I make on the back of the paper, that's what you're looking at, is the back of the paper. Transfer to the front. I'm just putting some grass in here. And let's put a little fence in here. And let's just say let's string some wire on that. Just suggest that we have some barbs on that wire. There we go. And just got a few trees here. They're dark. And distant, so we don't have to worry too much about them. Boy, it comes right up out of here. I'm going to exaggerate the Butte for effect. Good. Bare Butte in the middle of nowhere. What we need are some clouds. And they are not doing much in this photograph either. So I'm going to exaggerate those a little bit too. So So varying the pressure also changes. So I just transferred a little ink with my finger. The pressure of my finger transfers ink as well. And okay, so we're trying to draw the middle of nowhere. One of the keys to drawing the middle of nowhere is not to fill it with stuff. Let's see what we got. We can peek. Yeah, a little more dark down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to splash a little watercolor paint on here. Get rid of the plate that the ink was on. Very simple little place. Let's sneak a teeny bit of blue in on this side. You'll notice that the Butte came out backwards. So I'm actually painting backwards now. The left side is the right side. The right side is the left side. There is a teeny hint of orange in there that's really beautiful. See if I can capture a little of that orange. That's going to be too much, yep. So lighter is just more water, which just makes it more transparent, lets the paper show through, and the paper is light. There we go. Paint those before I get too far ahead of myself. You can see that in places the brush has picked up a little bit of ink, and I'm actually getting it puts down a darker mark when I touch it down, in places anyway. That looks something like a prairie sky. It's not a prairie sky, of course, and that's of course not Bare Butte. This is really ink and paint on a piece of paper, and it's in some ways a little more honest, a little more true to what you're really doing, to just go ahead and let it be paint. So I want the paint to be nice. In and of itself, regardless of what it really is depicting. I'm going to put a little shadow in here. The Butte is kind of purplish. Of course, anybody who really knows the place will say, why is it backwards? I guess I could have drawn it backwards instead of painted it backwards, huh? Too late for that. Get a little what's called yellow ochre, one of the earth tones. Ooh, I better stir that up. Earth tones settle a bit. Quite literally is just dirt. Can't leave it in a little cup of paint for too long without it settling. So I'll stir my dirt. Yellow dirt in this case. Looks like we got a little bit of an autumn landscape, but it's not entirely devoid of life. It's that beautiful prairie when it just has a hint of green in it. I'm going to turn this around here. Stir up my green just a little bit. See if I can get rid of some of it in the water. And yeah, there we go. There we go. I like the sky especially. I think maybe I need to dull that mountain down a little bit. It's just a little bit purple, don't you think? Give what's called Payne's Gray a little bit of a stir. Come back in here. Yeah, there we go. Might be a little much, huh? I might mess with that just a little bit more, I think. I'm going to come back with a different color. Different earth tone. A little raw sienna. Or not raw sienna, burnt sienna. I know my colors. And I think I'm going to want a little bit of that brown or gray, that Payne's Gray down in here too. Maybe not quite that much. Dull that green down just a touch. Ooh. Sign them in pencil always. So I'm going to call this the Butte. Sign it. Zimmerman and date it 2020. And there's the Butte. Hope you had fun watching. I had fun playing around. So, till next time.